You may have come across Hebrew Israelites on the corners in the city talking about black people in particular being cursed because of not following the laws of their God. They point to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, as proof we are the Israelites of the Bible, due to the plight we are under socioeconomically. We don't need comic book heroes, because we have real heroes. MLK, Malcolm, Garvey, Fred Hampton, Nat Turner, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, etc. All of these men did great things and had great impact on society. All of them were murdered. Some say we never have attempted black empowerment and building an economy. We had one with the Black Wall Streets, which were thriving communities. Not only were these communities destroyed, they were completely erased. You can't take your children to see what the communities look like. If you try, you only find a freeway. We've seen on the news our people being fatally assaulted by police and the officers getting off scot-free. We know the story of Dylan Roof shooting up a black church and being treated to a fast food meal for his troubles. He only did time because he was adamant about what he did before a judge. On the flip side, we've seen those of our people who have effectively defended themselves against racist domestic terrorist attacks for them being black, being persecuted for doing so. A number of these cases received some level of justice, but only after vigorous outcries from the grassroots. We're in a generation of single mother-raised children, our people living in ghettos, our people in huge debt, us hating each other. All these things can be found within the pages of what is called the Bible, much of it in the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy. This chapter says all the curses will be a sign. There will be something which will be used to identify those who are Israel. It's not a good thing for men to tell other men what to do. This doesn't go over well most of the time. What a logical and rational man does, however, is they adhere to logic, reason, and facts. When presented with the evidence of prophecy being in perfect alignment with history, this doesn't mean someone will convert to Hebrew Israelite ideology right then and there, but they are going to have to reevaluate their belief system, and in time will be able to let go of what they believe to be true, to take hold of what they discovered to be true based on new information. This is how people don't think the same way they did when they were teenagers. You're supposed to evolve intellectually with new input. Being open-minded is not about having no presuppositions. Being open-minded is freely allowing those presuppositions to be challenged. Being closed-minded is a bad thing because you have declared you are finished learning. No one should ever be closed-minded, as learning is a lifelong process. The evidence of who we are as Israelites has been hiding in plain sight. We know about the Bible. Your origin story is in the book your pastor lies to you out of to get you to give him money every Sunday. Reading through the passages about our oppression and about how other people groups will treat us and comparing them to actual human history brings you to a clear and undeniable conclusion. We don't own or control anything. We are the poorest of the poor. We have no rights in any of the places we live. We are mistreated everywhere. We're also the most culturally influential people on the planet. Because we are cursed for disobedience, everyone else has been able to capitalize on this instead of us. This is something the Most High God set into motion. What if I told you it was God who murdered Trayvon Martin and Emmett Till? It was the Most High who bombed the Black Wall Streets into oblivion. The Most High assassinated Dr. King and Malcolm. George Floyd and Breonna Taylor's lives were taken by the command of God. The Bible talks about how God used the Assyrians to punish Israel for disobeying him. It says the Most High creates both good and evil. He heals and he destroys. Why hasn't our situation as so-called blacks gotten better? We have millionaire athletes and entertainers, yet you will be hard-pressed to find a black-owned bank, grocery store, or even a restaurant. Where's the black-owned car dealership and car company, school, distribution channels, TV networks, shoe companies? We consume all these things, but we own none of it. Many have tried and eventually it came to naught. It's because these people do not couple these economic endeavors with obedience to the laws of the Most High God. The solution to many problems we face is quite simple. We need to come back under the laws of the government we were originally under by the Most High God. Many good men have died either fighting our enemies or being attacked by our enemies. These men were not leading us back to Torah. Because of this, the Most High allowed people to do great harm to us. This will continue as long as we ignore Torah law. There is another people group calling themselves by our name who do not keep the laws of Torah, and they are the most prosperous people on the planet. This is evidence of them being imposters that the Bible talks about, and how we are the true people of Israel. This is not an attempt to give you something to believe in. You have an identity and a birthright which you have lost. We have been trying to lift ourselves out of the hole we're in for generations, and it's only gotten worse. The racist white school system and the racist white-owned media is teaching our children to be homosexuals. They're teaching our young men to hate black women through MGTOW Manosphere movement, and our young women to hate black men through the divester movement. They're telling our women to abort their babies and to be whores. They're telling our men not to marry and even to go sterilize themselves. Our males would rather watch anime than deal with real females. Our females want to be city girls and bad bees rather than marry and have children. This is a humane form of genocide against our people. The Most High told us to be fruitful and multiply, and the media and the educational system is doing everything to convince us to do the opposite. We are the target, and truth be told, all this has been done by the Most High for our punishment. If you are a descendant of a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian person, you are an Israelite descended from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Our people have a bright future ahead of them, but only for those who begin the task of repenting and returning to the law our God gave us. All the things which have happened to us in our past, and even to this very day, are a result of our disobedience. You see it and read about it every day. If you want it to stop, repentance and obedience to the law is the only way.